We're here today with Paul Sullivan, CPA and President of Sullivan & Company, to talk about the top 5 areas that a small business owner or entrepreneur should ask questions and make inquiries about when hiring a CPA firm. And this is very important to any small business owner for 2 reasons. First is because the CPA firm you choose is going to have an intimate knowledge of your financial situation, do the accounting, the bookkeeping for your company, prepare your taxes and financial statements, and in essence is going to know more about you potentially than your best friend or maybe even your spouse. So it's important to ask questions and choose the right firm and the one that works well with you. The second reason is, as a small business owner or entrepreneur, your business goal is to usually build or grow your company. And so asking the right questions in these top 5 areas we're going to be covering today can help you identify a good CPA firm and one that will help you grow and be a business resource for you not only during the tax season but every quarter that you're operating and building your company. So, Paul and John, let's start with the first of the top 5 areas that someone should be asking questions about when hiring a CPA firm, which is the background of the CPA firm itself. Why is the background important, and what are some of the questions the business owner should be asking?
The background of the firm is important because there are all different brands of CPA firms out there, although you might think there's just one. Some of them do only certain types of work, and if you're not in their area and they don't do a lot of what you need, they will be learning along with you. So it's important to find out at least what they focus on. A lot of them you can tell what they focus on by if they have a mission statement. Our mission statement here is to provide businesses and individuals accounting, tax, and financial solutions and advice to accomplish their goals. Our focus is on your goals, not on our goals. So where you're trying to go to, you need to explain the CPA firm to determine that if they can help you get to your goals, and you can tell by that by their background, how long they've been in business, what are their specialties, do they have any specialties, do they have the same size business you are, do they have similar industries to you, how do they charge you? One good thing to ask them is describe their typical client and what services they do for those clients to see if you would fit into being a typical client of them.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, I'd only add that many of the businesses I meet with are in a position of not understanding that there's a distinct difference between business accounting and individual accounting. So they tend to go to an accountant that tends to do individual returns without understanding that there's accounting that has to be done year-round for a small business.
Right. And I guess the other or the second of the top 5 areas that someone should be asking questions about when hiring a CPA firm is the personnel of the firm. Paul and John, why is the personnel important, and what are some of the questions a business owner should be asking about personnel?
Personnel is important because many times if you go to a CPA firm, if it's a one-person company, they will not be available. They won't have different specialties. They might or might not have experience with what you do. And if you go to a bigger firm, many times if you meet with a principal, after you are taken on as a client, they tend to turn you over to somebody you haven't met, and you are now dealing with a lower level person in that organization, which is not who you hired. The way we work it here is we actually, for a business client, they actually get 2 accountants. They get 2 accountants and a client services manager who handles much of the communication. So if we take on a business, they have me as the point person, and I know everything about their business, and I have another accountant, of which there are 10 in our office, assist me. So essentially there are 2 people plus a client service manager who is assigned to their account, whom they can ask questions to. Over time, they figure out that the accountant assigned to them can answer many of the questions, but they also can call the other 2 people. So you have a much more fluid communication situation. We hire full-time, degreed and or certified CPAs in our company. We don't hire part-time. We don't outsource to any people besides us. The people are here year-round. They only work for our company. We have continuing education for the people. In general, there's about 10 accountants here. Half of them are CPAs. Half of them are in the process of becoming a CPA. And our average length of employment that they've been here for these people is 5 years. So we don't have a lot of turnover. And you will work with me and another person for a long period of time, other than sometimes we have other accountants participate, because it is good to have more than one person here know about your situation.
I think our staff's been a great help to me, too, because the tax laws are changing all the time, and many of the businesses I meet with don't employ any kind of a tax strategy at all. And I've got a large staff to rely on to help me direct any kind of small business to advice down avenues that can help that particular business, as opposed to just a general idea of accounting and tax laws.
If somebody wanted to see our staff and what they're like, most CPA firms have the principal's name and background on their webpage. If you look on our webpage, we have the background picture, specialty, education background of every member of our staff, including administrative staff. So we have that out there for people to see.
And Paul, just so everybody listening can look you up on the Internet, what's the URL of the website?
Our website address is as in email, Sullivan.net, ESULLIVAN.net.
Great. Okay, Paul and John, the third of the top 5 areas that somebody should be asking questions about when hiring a CPA firm is the industry experience of that CPA firm. Well, why is industry experience important, and what are some of the questions that the business owner should be asking?
Industry experience is something over time that is very important to the owner. He needs an accountant that knows about his industry and can speak his language. We've been in business for 30 years. I started pretty much all by myself. Over time, we have worked in pretty much all industries. We have people here that specialize in construction, manufacturing, technology, retail, pretty much any type of business that you are in. And the important part comes about where the accountant can speak to you about the way your costs should run, what percentages the amount should be, basically how to make progress in your business life, not just in accounting, but how to move ahead in your industry to get jobs, to sell product, to move your business to the next level. And an accountant that has experience in your industry can tell you that, whereas and this is where you could go back to the background of the firm, if you hire an accountant and you're a construction company and that accountant, you're the first construction company, he'll be learning along with you. That's not true with us.
I meet with many business owners who unfortunately have accountants that don't even know their business very well, much less their industry. So I think it's a very important question for small business owners to ask. Do you have other clients in my industry? That's paramount.
So it's fair to say you want to pay for expertise. You don't want to be training somebody as a new client, right?
Exactly.
Well, great. Paul and John, the fourth of the top 5 areas that somebody should be asking questions about when hiring a CPA firm is the accounting systems of the CPA firm. Well, why are accounting systems important? And again, what are some of the questions that business owners should be asking?
If they talk to us, many people feel sometimes that their software is very important to getting their accounting completed. And the reality is and some accounting firms actually only keep track of some particular types of software, but you want an accounting firm that can suggest the appropriate software that you should use in your business. Typically, when people are trying to get this problem solved, they talk to companies that market software, and many of them move people into a more complex software than they need. They move them into a software that is seems like a reasonable cost. However, they need to hire somebody for $60,000 to run the software, $60,000 per year, which is not affordable. So when you're talking to the accountant, what you want is you want a type of software that's going to get the job done, not necessarily software that offers all kinds of things that you can't use. On our staff, we have the most common software in this marketplace for small business is QuickBooks, and we have 3 people that are QuickBooks certified who install, answer questions, give advice, and also tell them when it's appropriate or not appropriate. Sometimes when a business gets bigger, they should move out of a simple software into another one that can do more, and they need an independent, objective person they can have that knows their business already that can recommend if they should move up or if they should stay where they are.
I agree completely. I come across many business owners, some of whom really want the kind of control that some software packages can offer, and they're fairly autonomous with it, and others may have the software and don't quite know how to use it. I think it's important to ask, if you're looking for an accounting firm, if they have experts that understand their software, that can work with it, that can actually help them with it, as opposed to having the business owner just do most of the accounting themselves. I think that's what the accountant should be doing. So it's important to ask about that.
It also matters the type of business. We have low-tech clients and we have high-tech clients. And the low-tech clients many times can get management information, can get their accounting completed, can know where they are with a very low-tech solution without getting complicated if that's appropriate for them. On the flip side, if they are more higher technology-oriented, it could be appropriate or it could not be appropriate that they solve it with a particular software.
Great, great. Paul and John, the 5th of the top 5 areas that somebody should be asking questions about when hiring a CPA firm are other services that CPA firm offers. Well, why are these other services important, and again, what are some of the questions that business owners should be asking?
If you go back to our mission statement that I said in the beginning, to provide businesses and individuals accounting, tax, and financial solutions and advice to accomplish their goals, their business accounting is part of the formula. However, we should be the ones to tell them when they need to get a retirement plan, when they need to do estate planning. We should also be able to handle it if the IRS comes knocking and are experienced in IRS audits. We should also be experienced in a brand new business that needs a new business setup, and also the personal financial planning issues of a family, such as college education and retirement plans and planning for the unexpected, should be what we are talking to them about. When we handle individual tax returns for owners, we have a tax interview process in which we ask about important things like life insurance, disability insurance, long-term care insurance. Do they have a will? Do they have a retirement plan? Are they contributing regular to their retirement plan? These items, if they're not offered by the accounting firm, our experience is that they refer it to somebody out of their company, and many of these things don't get done, whereas we're more proactive with it. Some of our clients, as they get bigger, they might need audited financial statements. Many accounting firms don't do audits because it is a area that you have to do a certain amount to make it worthwhile. We offer audited financial statements to our clients that need them.
I agree. Many businesses begin, too, with the sort of what we think of as a level 1 growth. They tend to have a difficulty getting to that level 2 because it's difficult to delegate, or there may be a number of reasons, but I think it's important for a business owner to ask the accounting firm, do you give tax advice on business management, things like investing, retirement plans, estate planning, or general financial planning? Do you represent me to the IRS? Do you do anything besides just monthly and year-end accounting?
Well, Paul and John, this is great information, and I'm sure any business owner listening to this, it will help them, save some time and pick the right CPA firm for their business. And after listening to this, if someone has any questions or would like to interview Sullivan & Company as part of their search for their first or maybe a new CPA firm, how should they get in contact with you?
The best way is to take advantage of something that we've offered for a while, Many CPA firms don't offer this. We offer a 30-minute free consultation in which you try to determine whether we're for you, and we try to determine whether we can help you. So in order to do this, all you need to do is place a phone call to myself at 301-657-8080, extension 102. Leave your name and number, and I'll get back to you. We can talk on the phone, and or we can meet in person. I also have an email address, P, as in Paul, Sullivan, at esullivan.net. If you send me an email or give me some information on your present situation or like what you'd like to talk about it, there is not a cost to meet with us or talk with us on the phone to determine if we can help you accomplish your goals.
Well, great. Paul, thank you very much. Hope everybody listening will take good notes, write down some of these questions, and then get a hold of you as you suggested for that free 30-minute consultation.